ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरम्
सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरम्
गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्।
गोविन्दं परमानन्दं
परमानन्दं
सद्गुरुं
सद्गुरु प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्।
जन्तूनां नरजन्म दुर्लभमतः पुंस्त्वं ततो विप्रता
जन्तूनां
नरजन्म दुर्लभमतः पुंस्त्वं ततो विप्रता।
तस्माद्वैदिकधर्ममार्गपरता विद्वत्त्वमस्मात् परम्
तस्माद्वैदिकधर्ममार्गपरता विद्वत्त्वमस्मात् परम्।
आत्मानात्मविवेचनं स्वनुभवो ब्रह्मात्मना संस्थितिः
आत्मानात्मविवेचनं स्वनुभवो ब्रह्मात्मना संस्थितिः
मुक्तेर्नो शतजन्मकोटिसुकृतैः पुण्यैर्विना लभ्यते।
मुक्तिर्नो शतजन्मकोटिसुकृतैः पुण्यैर्विना लभ्यते।
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतद्दैवानुग्ररहेतुकम्।
दुर्लभं त्रयमेवेतत् दैवानुग्रहेतुकम्
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुषसंश्रयः।
मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुषसंश्रयः
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चित् नरजन्म दुर्लभम्।
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चित् नरजन्म दुर्लभम्
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वं श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्।
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वं श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्
यस्वात्ममुक्त्यै नयते तमूढधीः।
यस्वात्ममुक्त्यै नयतेत मूढधीः
स आत्मः स्वं विनिहन्त्य सद्ग्रहात्।
स आत्मः स्वं विनिहन्त्य सद्ग्रहात्
इतः होन्वस्ति मूढात्मा यस्तु स्वार्थे प्रमाद्यति।
इतकोऽन्वस्ति मूढात्मा यस्तु स्वार्थे प्रमाद्यति
दुर्लभं मानुषं देहं प्राप्य तत्रापि पौरुषम्।
दुर्लभं मानुषं देहं प्राप्य तत्रापि पौरुषम्
पठन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्।
पठन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः।
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः।
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि।
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
अमृतत्वस्य नाशास्ति वित्तेनेत्येव हि श्रुतिः।
अमृतत्वस्य नाशास्ति वित्तेनेत्येव हि श्रुतिः
ब्रवीति कर्मणो मुक्तेः रहेतत्त्वं स्फुटं यतः।
ब्रवीति कर्मणो मुक्तेः अहेतुस्त्वं स्फुटं यतः
मुक्तेः अहेतुत्वम् अथवा मुक्तेरहेतुत्वम् संधि नो संधि मुक्तेः अहेतुत्वम्। These shlokas are can be discussed. In Sanskritam class, you do the padacheda, good exercise for padacheda, sandhi, cheda. Then finding out the vibhakti and vachanam of the words. Anyway, I explained in the Sanskritam class, sorry, in the our class, Vivekachudamani class itself, Sanskritam class also we will discuss. You do some homework. Now, we are in the 7th shloka. प्रथम श्लोकः मंगल श्लोकः द्वितीय श्लोकात् आरभ्य पंचम श्लोक पर्यन्तं मनुष्य जन्म प्रशंसा. That is the topic. First shloka मंगल श्लोका, second shloka up to fifth shloka we saw Manushya Janma Prashamsa, the greatness of Manushya Janma, human birth. Then from 6th Shloka onwards, the the means to moksha, jnana sadhanam, moksha sadhanam, jnanam iti. The means for moksha is atma jnanam, atma vicharaha, jnana vicharaha. So that is the discussion. So we have seen up to the 6th shloka, now the 7th shloka. 6th shloka, you can see there are many kriya padanis. Patantu, yajantu, kurvantu, bhajantu, and siddhyati. Two. This we have not seen in our Sanskritam class. In advanced Sanskritam class, of course, advanced Sanskritam students, they know. These are all lot lakara. Shastrani patantu. Shastrani patantu. Prathama Purusha Bhagavachanam. Let people study Shastra, any number of Shastra, but Shastrani Bhagavachanam. Many Shastrams are there. Vedanta Shastram is one thing. Vedanta, Binna Shastrani, Bhagavani Shastrani, Santi. Tarkashastra, Nyayashastra, all the Aparavidya, Shiksha, Kalpam, Vyakaranam, including Vyakaram, Viruktam, Chandaha, Jyotisham, iti Bhagavani Shastrani, Patantu, let people read and let people, Janaha, you can supply, Janaha, you have to supply. Devan, Yajantu, let them do Yajanam. Yajanam is Pujanam. Yajadatu, Pujanam, let them do pujas, elaborate puja. All the pujas, yaga, yajna, which are mentioned in the Karmakanda of the Veda. But nahi rakshati dukring karane. Bhaja govindam bhaja mudamate. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukring karane. The dukring karane, this dukring is a dhatu. Kru dhatu, dukring with all the packing letters, it letters. The dhatu in the dhatu pata is dukring, which is the dhatu that is used in the meaning of karane. Karane means in the sense of doing. Dhatu, dukring, dhatu is used. That is the meaning of the vakya in the Bhajagovinda. Unfortunately, people, they interpret dukring karane is dhatu in the dhatu pata. Therefore, what is the use of studying Vyakaranam? Vyakaran say kya karna? That is not the meaning. Kru meaning doing. In the Veda, which portion of the Veda is committed to the teaching of doing karma? That is Veda Purva. Karma Kanda of the Veda. Therefore, Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya says, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Dukring Karne, mere following the karma of the Karma Kanda of the Veda, Rakshati Mokshaha na Siddhyati. By karma, you can gain only those Purusharthas which are attainable. Dharma, Artha, Karma. These are Parichinna Purushartha, finite Purushartha. These are accomplishable by karma. Karma being finite. Karma is limited or unlimited. Karma is limited only. Why it is limited? Because it is done in place at a particular time and it involves the karakas, karta. Of course, karta must be there. Karta, karma, karana, sampradana, apadana, adhikarana. All these karakas are involved. So, with all the karakas, only karma is accomplished. So, therefore, karma is something which is produced in time. It's an event. Therefore, it has to be parichinna. It will produce result, which are also parichinnam, limited only. It means it will go away. It is anitya purushartha. So, therefore, that by which is gained. The means, if the means are limited, the ends also must be limited. So that Purushartha which are gained by karma is parichinnam. It is limited only. Karma being limited, therefore, Purushartha, that also has to be limited only. That is why that is why it is mandated to be done regularly. So that is the limitation of the karma kanda of the Veda. That is the meaning of Nagiragi Rakshati Dukrin Karana. Karma cannot give moksha. Karmana na moksha. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amritattva na karmana. Karma means not only karma, karma, upasana, anything other than jnana. So that is the meaning of the sentence in the Vajagovindam. Unfortunately, not knowing the meaning, people interpret wrongly. They say Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam is of no use. It is not the meaning. Vyakaranam is useful. Since it is one of the aparavidya, without the knowledge of Vyakaranam, Chandas, etc., even Jyotisham is not our Jyotisham, that is astrology. It is connected to the performance of the Vaidika karma. What tithi, what time, what muhurta, the yaga, the yajna must be performed. For that, Jyotisham is required. So all these secondary knowledges, they're all required. So that is why it is Veda Anga. Veda Angani, Shat Veda Angani. So therefore, Dukring Karane, Nachinagi Rakshati doesn't mean Vyakaranam is of no use. The meaning is Karma Kanda Karma cannot protect you. That is the meaning. Karma cannot give you moksha. And again he says, Kurvantu Karmani, let the person do karma. Many karmas. Let them be Vaidika, that is Shastra Vigita Karmani, Nitya Naimittikadi Karmani, or Lokika Karmani, whatever karma yoga, the whole life and every following janma, will the person gain moksha? No. Na siddhyati brahma shatantareti. What? Vimuktihi, moksha. Mokshaha, vimuktihi is mokshaha. Na siddhyati. Moksha is not gained. Similarly, bhajanto devataha, let him do upasana. Upasana kandam also criticized. The karma kanda is criticized. Upasana kanda also criticized. It means all the other than jnana yoga, all the other yogas are criticized. Criticized in the sense, not that they are not useful, but they have their limitations. They are important, but at the same time, Atmaika Bodhena, Bodha is Jnanam. Atma Aikya Bodhena, Jivatma Paramatma Aikya Bodhena, Mahavakya Jnanena, Tatmasi Vakyena, Yata Jnanam Siddhyati, Tadvina. Without that, Jnanam Vina, Muktihi, Mokshaha, Vimuktihi, Na Siddhyati, Nasti. Even in Brahma Shatantarepi, even in Brahma 100 Brahmaji's lifespan, one cannot gain moksha. One Brahmaji life itself is so huge. We saw in the other class. Explain about what is the lifespan of Brahmaji in terms of the numbers, what we know. It is incalculable, in fact. One day of Brahmaji we saw. One day is daytime alone is 1000 Chaturyuga. Night time another 1000. So it means 2000 Chaturyuga. Chaturyuga, not one yuga, Chaturyuga. One Chaturyuga consists of all the 4 yugas. Kali Treta, Kali Dwapar, Treta, and Satya Yuga. So one Chaturyuga will be 43,20,000 years, in which Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Multiply by 2, that will be the span of the next Yuga, that is Treta, and multiply by 3, that will be the span of the Dwapar, and multiply by 4, that is the span of Krita Yuga. Total is 43,20,000 years. That is one Chaturyuga. So like that, 2000 Chaturyuga will be one full day of Brahmaji. Like that, Brahmaji lives for Brahmaji's calendar. That is 1 month consists of 30 days. 1 year consists of 360 days. Like that, Brahmaji lives for 100 years. 100 years, Brahmaji's year. Prajapati. So even Brahma Shatantarepi, even such a huge span of years, Mokshaha, Atmaika Bodhena Vina, Atmaika Bodhena, Atmajnane Vina, Nasidyati. Atmaika Bodhena, Tritya Vivaktihi. Vina is there, therefore it is Tritya Vivaktihi. We saw in the Sanskritam class, advanced Sanskritam class, the second chapter, third section of the Ashtadhyayi, Pratak Vina Nana Vistratiya Anyatarasya, 2332 Sutra. By that, optionally, Tritiya Vivakti is used. Atmaikya Bodham Vina also correct, can say. Atmaikya Bodham Vina, Atava Atmaikya Bodhena Vina, Muktihi, Vimuktihi, V is Upasarga. Muktihi is Mokshaha, Muchdatu, Tin Pratyaya. Kridanta it is. Muktihi, Mukti, Muktayaha, Arishabdavat. V Upasarga. V Upasarga doesn't change the meaning of the Dhatu. Much, to release, to free. Mokshaha, liberation ityartha. So V Purvaka Muchdatoha Tin Pratyaya Vimukti iti Pratipadikam Siddhyati. That can be declined like Harishabda. So Muktihi na Siddhyati. That is a subject. That is why in Pratama Vibhakti. Muktihi na Siddhyati. Muktihi na Siddhyati is Nasti. Not accomplishable. Not accomplished. Even in Brahma Shatan Tare, even in the lifespan of, even api in the sense of even in the 100 Brahmaji's lifespan, it is not accomplishable. Atmaikya bodham vina, bodhena vina, na siddhyati. So it means jnanena vina, jnanam vina, mokshaha na labhyate. Labhyate, we saw the labhyate in the very first shloka itself. Shatajanma koti sukrtai vina, punyai vina na labhyate. Labdhata also we know it is labate, labete, labhyate, karmani prayoga. Na labhyate, Acharya used the second shloka, labhyate. Okay, up to that we have seen. Now the next shloka, seventh shloka, which we have to see. In the seventh shloka, Acharya he quotes from the Shruti. What Shruti? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is Brihat Aranyakam. It's a huge Upanishad, big Upanishad, vast Upanishad it is. If you don't know from which Shruti the Vakyam has come, we can generally say Brihadaranyaka. Means you have to find it from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, such a huge Upanishad, where this statement occurs, you have to find it. So always it is a Brihadaranyaka. It is not found in any other Upanishad, and it must be in Brihadaranyaka. So here, this is, in fact, this is about in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the Vakya, Amrit Tattvasya Nashasti. That statement is seen in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Acharya he quotes, Amritattvasya, Amritatvam, Amritatvam, Mumukshutvam, Manushyatvam, all Tvam. The status of being Manushya is Manushyatvam. The status of being a Mumukshutvam. Then similarly, Amritatvam, the status of being Amrita, Amarana Dharma. Amrita is immortal, being immortal. Amritatvasya, Amritatvam Tasya Shashti. Asha Nasti. Nashasti is there. That is a statement of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Na connect with Asti, Nasti. Asha Nasti. Amritatvasya Asha. Asha is hope. Asha, Icha, hope. Asha Nasti means Amrtatya mokshasya vimuktas. Moksha amrtatvasya is mokshasya. Asha nasti. Vitte ne. Vitte ne tyevaki shrutihi. Vitte na. Vitta is dhanam, money. Vittam is dhanam, money. Vittena iti eva hi shrutihi. Sandhi. Vittena dhanena. Dhanena amrtatvasya asha na asti. Hi shrutihi. Shrutihi. Shrutihi is Shruyate iti Shrutihi. That is that which is heard, referring to the Veda, because Vedas are not written. They are heard by whom? By rishis. Mantra, drashta, raha rishayaha, taihi, shruyate, were heard. Were heard, that's why it's called Shrutihi. Shrudatu, Shrunoti, Badram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha. The same. Shrud, that is Shrutihi, not Shrutihi, Shru. Dhatu is originally Shri, first conjugation. But it becomes Srinoti in the Lakara. Dhatu originally it is Shru. Sorry, I think it's said correctly. Dhatu is originally in the Dhatu Pata, first conjugation, Shru Dhatu. But that becomes in the Lakara Srinoti. We have seen in the classes, Sanskrit classes. Srinoti, Srinutaha, Shrinvanti. That is why here Shru is there. This is generally a confusion among even the teachers who don't know Sanskritam. They say Sritihi, Shrutihi, mix up because they don't know. But the Dhatu, original Dhatu is, what I mean by originally, that is found in the Dhatu Pata. Dhatu Pata is one of the Grantha written by Parayana Maharishi. Dhatu Pata, Upadesha. There the form of the Dhatu is Shru. It is Ukaranta Dhatu. But when we do the Lakara forms, like Lat Lakara, Srinoti, Srinutaha form changes. Here it is not a Lakara, it is Shruti, Ukaranta Shabda, Mati Shabdavati. So original Dhatu will be there as it is. So Shrutihi, Shruti, Shrutayaha. How the word Shruti is derived? Shruyate iti Shrutihi. That which is heard is called Shruti. Yet what Shruti is talked about, this sentence is in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Shruti meaning Upanishad. Shruti means not only Upanishad. In fact, the entire Veda is Shruti only. Even Karma Kanda of the Veda also Shruyate eva. Rishibhiki. Mantra Drashta. Mantra Dashtaraha. Rishayaha. Rishibhiki. Shruyate eva. The entire Veda includes Karma Kanda of the Veda. But this Vakya occurs in the Upanishad, end portion of the Veda. Therefore, Shrutihi means here Upanishad. Upanishad. So Upanishad vadati. Ka Upanishad? The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Kim vadati? Amrtatvasya asha nasti. Kena, let us ask, kena vittena. By money, dhanam. That is why na karmana na prajaya dhanena. Dhanena, by vittena, dhanena, amrtatvasya asha nasti. There is no hope of moksha by money, by vitta. Why vitta is so important? Why is so important? So it is highlighted here. Why it is given so much importance here, if you ask. Without vittam, without money, karma cannot be performed. Karma involves dakshina, the varieties of materials required for the performance of karma, and the ahutis also, and the priest will be there. In fact, 4 into 4 plus 2. 4 priests representing each Veda, and the Yajamana, husband and wife, and all the other Karakas, everything will be present, has to be present in an Yajna. How do you say it is 4 plus 4, 18? That also Upanishad only it says, Mundaka Upanishad, Ashtadasha Uttamavaram Yeshu Karma, the Mundaka Upanishad, Ashtadasha. There itself, the Upanishad says, Ashtadashoktam avaram eshu karma. That karma is avaram karma. Avaram karma is inferior because the karakas which are involved in that mantra of the Mundaka Upanishad, it is mentioned only that four priests representing, that is four priests representing each Veda. It means there are four Veda, therefore 16 priests plus Yajamana and his wife. This is one karaka, one factor involved. So many other factors are involved, like the materials which have to be offered, Agni, Homakunda, so many. All these are, by all this, only karma is performed. This is avaram karma. This is inferior. Why? Because they are subject to going away. They are perishable. The results which are obtained by performance of the karma, which involves all these karakas, the factors of action, it is perishable. That's why it is called palam. What is palam? Palgutaya liyate iti palam. That which perishes is called palam. But moksha palam is not that palam, because moksha is that it is not something which is not there gained. It is siddhasya siddhihi. It is gaining the already gained, accomplishing the accomplished. So it is not something new to be gained. By karma, we can gain something which is new, not there now. By karma, we can gain. In fact, in another place, Bhashakara says, what can karma accomplish? By karma, utpadyam, apyam, samskaryam, and vikaryam. Only these four are possible. Utpadyam means something can be produced. Something new can be produced. Vikaryam can be modified. Something can be modified. Samskaryam, some purification can be done by karma, like Prashita karma, etc. They do the job of purification. And apyam, prapyam can be gained, that which can be gained, like Swargaloka. The person can gain Swargaloka if the person earns a lot of punyam, apyam. So therefore, karma has scope only in these four areas. Above that, karma doesn't have any scope. Therefore, vittena amrtatvasya asha nasti means vitta meaning dhanam, money, which is the important sadhanam required for the performance of karma. Therefore, since money is looked upon as the sadhanam, karma is meant for gaining the kama, therefore money is kama sadhanam. In fact, for many people, money is kama sadhanam. Money is required, not just for the sake of performance karma. Money is required, is desired as such as it is. Not only for karma, other ends also. But of course, for karma, money is required. It is a sadhanam. And therefore, by that money, mokshaha, amrtatvasya, mokshasya, asha nasti, there is no hope. There is no hope of moksha through money. So therefore, vittena mokshaha na. Vittena is karmana, vittasadhya karmana, na mokshaha. Mokshaha na siddhyati. Iti ka vadati shrutihi brihadaranyaka Upanishad vadati. Yes, Upanishad says. And also says, the same Upanishad, Braviti. Braviti means vadati ityartaha. Braviti, Rutaha, we don't know the dhatu, we don't know that the conjugation is little difficult. Don't worry, it is bru dhatu. Bru means to speak, to tell, vadati. Braviti, brutaha, bruvanti. So don't worry about that, we don't know that. We don't know the means for the beginners. Advanced students, they must be knowing. They have seen. Braviti, second conjugation. Vadati, Braviti is equal to Vadati. You can always take the easier one. So Braviti, Ka Braviti, Upanishad Braviti. Upanishad tells Vadati. What does it tell? Karmanaha muktehe hagetutvam. Hetu. Hetu is the karanam, cause. Hetutvam, the status of being a karanam. You can note in many places this tvam is there. That referring to the status of being, whatever it is. Manushyattvam, mokshitvam. Similarly here, hetutvam, amritatvam, hetutvam, the status of being a hetu. Hetu is karanam, hetu. Karmanaha muktehe hetutvam braviti. Muktehe hetutvam, not hetutvam, hahetutvam. Don't forget that is right. Muktehe hahetutvam, not muktehe hetutvam. Muktehe ahetutvam. So karmanaha muktehe hagetutvam braviti. Karma hagetutvam, do not enjoy, doesn't enjoy the status of being the hetu for mukti. Iti Shrutihi vadati. Radharanyaka Upanishad says, Karmanaha Shashti. Karmanaha for Karmanaha Karma Muktehe for Mukti. Muktehe Chaturthi. Sampradana Karaka. Kadarthi Chaturthi Sampradana Karaka. Muktehe for Mukti Karma Karmanaha Shashti Bhakti. Karmanaha Hagetitvam Bhaviti. Karma doesn't enjoy the status of being the hetu karanam for mukti. Iti Upanishad vadati. Karma is not a means for moksha. But the Upanishad doesn't say karma directly, it says vittena, money. Because karma is performed through vitta. Money is required to buy all the materials required for the performance of yajna and for dakshina, etc. Therefore, vittena, by word vittena, indirectly referring to karma. Therefore, karma cannot be a means for moksha. Karma is incapable of giving moksha. So, if karma cannot give moksha, what about upasana? Upasana also karma only. Upasana is manasam karma. Karma can be performed through kaya, shariram, or by vak, speech, or by mind. All are karma. So therefore, karmana na mokshaha means upasanaya api na mokshaha na siddhyati. So there are also karma only. All upasanas, meditations, they are also karma only. Therefore, karmana na mokshaha karmanaha muktehe karmanaha hetutvam. Similarly, upasanayaha api muktehe hetutvam. Karmana na mokshaha upasanaya api na mokshaha. Because all karmas are performed in time and therefore it produces a definite, finite result, parichinnam phalam. Because it is produced in time, therefore phalam, like phalam is fruit, the fruit perishes. This is also a fruit result. Karma phalam perishes. Phalgutaya liyate. Because moksha is, see, that which is produced in time perishes. Moksha is it produced? If moksha is something producible, then that also will be subject to destruction, goes away, becomes anitya, because it is produced. Produced means that which was not there. Something new is produced. Because it's produced in time, therefore it is a product, a karya. Because it has karanam in karma, etc. And karma is the cause, and moksha is the karya. Karma being parichinnam, it is subject to this destruction. The means are subject to destruction. Therefore, end also must be subject to time, subject to destruction. As the means, so the end. Therefore, karma, since karma is parichinnam, karma is limited. Therefore, the result also has to be limited. Therefore, karma cannot give moksha because moksha is purnam. Moksha is purnam. It is not subject to therefore not subject to distraction, not subject to coming and going. Purnamadaha purnamidam. Therefore, if it is purnam, if it is complete, that cannot be gained by any means which are subject to limitations. Kalataha, deshataha, and vastutaha. In terms of time, in terms of place, moksha, what time? The morning or evening? Which year? Which month? There is no time. Moksha is above kala, above desha. And moksha is also not limited by any object. It is irrespective of everything being there. That moksha is Advaita. It is only one. That alone is there. Ishvara alone. Knowing that to be myself, that is what moksha is. Is something to be gained in time. It is already siddha only. I don't know, that is a problem. Ajnanam is the problem. So for ajnana nivritti is what moksha is. So it is not something new is gained. So it is siddhasya siddhihi vittasya vittihi. Accomplishing the accomplished. Siddhasya siddhihi. Accomplishing the already accomplished. How do you accomplish? By only knowing. That is why we say vittasya vittihi. That which is known, but not known properly, correctly, or that which is not known, or that which is known wrongly, the wrong knowledge has to be corrected. Mithya jnanam has to be removed by samyak jnanam. That is why jnanena eva mokshaha. It is putam braviti. Very clearly Upanishad tells. Upanishad doesn't say in an unambiguous way. It very clearly says putam. There is no samshaya, there is no doubt, there is no hesitation with regard to presenting that moksha is the karanam, jnanam is the karanam for moksha. Jnanena eva mokshaha natu karmana. Na karmana na prajaya. Tanena tyage naike. Tyagam meaning jnanam. What tyaga? What tyaga means tyaj, to give up, to sacrifice. What sacrifice? Kartrutva tyaga. Aham karta. That is ajnanam. Aham karta, aham bhokta. Taking oneself to be the Shariramana Sangata, the person enjoys a status of being the doer. Aham karta, I am the doer. If you are the doer, then you are the bhokta. You will enjoy the result of phalam also. All the karma phalam, whatever karma you have done before the janma, as well as in this janma, so many karmas are there. Sanchita, Agami, all prarabdha, all these are waiting. You have to enjoy. If you say, if I am karta. So what is the means to escape from all this terrible karma phala? That is only by jnanam. Aham akarta. I am not the doer. I am not the doer is not just by saying, by knowing. That's why Upanishad says, jnanena eva mokshaha, that jnanam in the form of knowing that aham jivatma paramatmanaha na binnaha jagatkara karanam ishvaraha jagatkaranam jagataha yaha jagataha jagataha sthiti karanam laya karanam and srishti karanam jagataha yaha bhavati saha ishvaraha mattaha na binnaha, not different from me. It means I am not different from the Lord who created this jagat, who maintains this jagat, who sustains this jagat, who finally resolves this jagat. That is the Kaivalya Upanishad. It is said, Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam, Mai Sarvam Layam Yati. Mayeva Sakalam, from me. Everything is born out of me, sustained in me, resolves in me. What is this me? This me is not a small me. This me is, that is Ishvara. So Aham Ishvaraha Jagat Karanam Brahma, when a person can say, when the person rises above this, the Abhimana of the Upad, the sharir manasanga. When the abhimana is due to ajnanam, when that goes away, then the person understands the reality, and that person becomes free from all karma. Therefore, he is free. Free from all karma is free from samsara. So that is only by jnanam. That is what is highlighted here. The next shloka also talks about that. Why no other means are there for moksha. Before that, for this, up to this, starting from the third shloka, the seventh shloka, Chandrasekhar Bharati, Swami has written only a short commentary. Because these shlokas are sputam, it is clear, so it doesn't require any special explanation. Therefore, he doesn't feel writing commentary for each shloka, vyakyanam for each shloka, it just summarizes all. यतो बहुजन्मार्जित सुकृत विशेष प्राप्यम मानुष पौरुषादिकम यतश्च स्वार्थे अप्रमत्तेन पुरुषेण भवितव्यम यतश्च अत्यंतिक दुःख निवृत्ति निरतिशय सुख रूप मोक्षः आत्मैक बोधेन विना कर्म कांड अध्ययन तदनुष्ठानादि रूप कर्म कलापेन साक्षान् न आविर्भवति साक्षात् न आविर्भवति सन्धि यतश्च श्रुतिः एव साक्षात् इदम् अर्थम् अमृतत्वस्य नाशः अस्ति वित्तेन बृहदारण्यकोपनिषत् 242 इति वित्तसाध्य कर्मणः तेन साध्यं यत् कर्म वित्तसाध्य कर्मणः साक्षात् मोक्षोपयोगित्वं प्रत्यक्षेप्सीत्. Up to that. Next line connects to the next shloka. What is the meaning? Yataha, yasmat, because. Yataha is karan yasmat. Bhagu janmarjita sukruta vishesha prapya manusha paurushadikam. Already told this manusham durlabam. Manushya janma prapti is durlabam, and that to paurusham. All these are already talked about. Bhagu janma jita sukruta vishesha prapyam. Bhagu janma, many janmas. Bhaguni janmani. Arjita, accumulated, collected, earned. What is earned? Sukruta. Sukruta is punyam. Sukruta is that which is well done. What well done? Karma. Karma which is well done. Karma which is well done is dharma when it is followed, or karma which is proper when it is done. By that person earns punyam. Sukrutam. Sukrutam means punyam. So arjitam, that which is accumulated, collected in so many janmas, by that vishesha prapyam, the result of those punya earned through many janmas. That is in the form of manushya deha and paurusham, etc. All these are earned. Manushyatvam, narajanma, and that too pumstvam, then vipratat, vidvatvam, all those things which are told in second shloka. Yatascha swartha apramattena purushena bhavittavyam. Apramatta, one should not be negligent in swarte, swasyarte, that is purusharthe. In gaining the purushartha, purushena, manushyena, narena, one should not be negligent. Swartena apramattena bhavittavyam. The person, the man should be really committed to one's purushartha, moksha purushartha. He should not be negligent. Yatascha atyantika dukkha nivritti niratisha sukha rupa moksha. Moksha is defined. What is moksha? Moksha is total. Atyantika. Atyantika is total. Total means this. It is the paramarthika. It is the truth. It is the reality. It is not pratibhasika nor vyaharika. It is paramarthika. Atyantika means total, absolute truth. Atyantika. But Atyantika Dukkha, Atyantika, and that Atyantika Moksha, Dukkha Nivritti Dwara, through removal of Dukkha, the pain is samsara. And that moksha which is in the form of Niratishaya Sukham, the Sukham which is not subject to change. Niratishaya Sukham, the Sukham which is unsurpassable. That has to be Swarupa Sukham. That Ananda has to be Swarupa Ananda. It cannot be Vishayananda. Vishayanandas are subject to coming and going. Matra Sparshas to Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha. Agama Paino Anityaha. All these Sukha, Vishaya Sukha, they are subject to coming and going. Whereas Nitya Nirateshya Sukham is Moksha Sukha. That is Swarupa Sukha, that is Atma Sukha, that is Sukha which is the knowledge of knowing that Aham Jagat Karanam Brahma, that Purnatvam. That is Moksha. And that Moksha is Atmaikya Bodhena Vina, without the Aikya Jnanam of Atma. Jivatma Paramatma Aikya Jnanam Tadvina. Without that. Karma Kanda Adhyayana Tad Anushtadi Rupa Karma Kalapena. By Karma Kanda Adhyayanam of the Karma Kanda. By doing Adhyayanam, study, memorizing the entire Karma Kanda and or following Anushtanam also. Adhyayanam is one thing. Then Tada Anushtanam, that is Karma Anushtanam. Karma Kanda Adhyayanam, that is one thing. And what is Adhyayanam? What is study? That one follows. Anushtanam. Anushtanadi Rupa Karma Kalapena. So many karmas are there. They are in the Karma Kanda of the Veda. Studying them and then following them. By that, Sakshat na avirbhavati. Na avirbhavati mokshaha. So therefore, Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti Niratishaya Sukharupa Mokshaha Sakshat na avirbhavati. Sakshat is directly. They cannot give moksha. Just the study of the Karma Kanda of the Veda and performing the karma of the Karma Kanda of the Veda, mokshaha na bhavati, na avirbhavati. Yatascha, therefore, yataha ismat karanat shruti eva. Therefore, only Shruti says what? Sakshat idamartam amartatvasya nashasti vityena. By the statement, amartatvasya immortality cannot be gained through vitta, by money. Iti vittasya, vittasadhya karmanaha. By vitta, by money, karma is accomplished. Without vitta, karma is not possible. So therefore, vitta sadhyam. Sadhyam is that which is gained. It is accomplished. Sadhyam. Vittam is a means for doing karma. The karma, from the standpoint of the karma is the end. Vitta is his sadhanam. Therefore, vitta sadhya karmanaha. Vitta the sadhanam and sadhya the karma. Therefore, vitta sadhya karmanaha. Through vitta, the karma which is accomplished by that, mokshaha, sakshat mokshopayogitvam pratyek shepsit. Direct upayogitvam. So sakshat the direct. Moksha upayogitvam is moksha, the status of being the means for moksha. Directly, it is pratyek shepsit. It's dismissed. Shibdatu, remove, dismiss. So karma cannot be the means of moksha. Iti Upanishad dismisses. Sakshat mokshopayogitvam. Sakshat, he says. If we don't criticize karma, karma cannot be the means of moksha directly. Karmas are not useless. They have a purpose. Karma, by karma, we say, talk about karma yoga, karma as a means, as a yoga for chitta shuddhi, jnana yogyata prapti. Without jnana yogyata prapti, moksha is Moksha sadhana, Jnana Yoga is not possible, or Jnana Yoga will not give the result. So therefore, there must be some amount of Chitta Shuddhi, Nitanta Nirmala Swantaha, as it is said in Vedanta Sara, when he talks about Adhikari, that Nitanta Nirmala Swantaha, relative purity from Raga Dvesha, Chitta Shuddhi, they are gained only through karma. Therefore, karma yoga. Karma yoga is not useless. Karma is not useless. But karma yoga is required for jnana yogyata prapti, without which moksha is not possible. So karma is the indirect means, not the direct means. That's why it says sakshat mokshopayogitvam. It is not the upayogi, it is not the means. The status of being the means for moksha directly. That pratyek shapes it means that the Acharya, the Upanishad dismisses. Akshepanam karoti. Upanishad dismisses. This shloka is summarized. Now, in this commentary by Narasimha Bharati Tirtha Swamigal, Guru of Chandrasekhar Bharati Swamigal. So we will read the third shloka commentary. Third shloka already we have seen. So in this commentary, as I told you already, only up to 7 shlokas only commentary is there. After that, he didn't feel like writing, so no commentary after that. So let us read the commentary to the third shloka, which is Durlabham Preme Vaita Devanugrahayetukam. There is a Pataveda, Devanugrahayetukam or Daivanugrahayetukam. Both are correct. Manushyatvam Mumukshutvam Mahapurusha Samshayaha. I'll quickly read and give the meaning. Asya Astu Palasya Daurlabhyam. Kutah Sadhananam Daurlabhyam iti Ashankya. Devanugraha hetukatvena tesham tat aga durlabham iti. Astu palasya daurlabhyam. What is the palam? Palam is moksha. So moksha is durlabham. Already this said moksha is durlabham iti. The palasya daurlabhyam dukkyena labhyate. Therefore daurlabhyam. Daurlabhyam is a tadita word. From the word durlabha is a pratipadika. From that another pratipadikam is derived. Daurlabhya. So moksha is durlabha. Daurlabhyam. Kuta sadhananam daurlabhyam. Moksha is durlabha, okay. But why do you say sadhanam also? All these are durlabham iti. How can you say? Iti ashankya. If a person doubts for that, the Acharya says. Iti ashankya. Devanugraha hetukatvena tesham aha. Tesham aha. Acharya says, by the hetu. Devanugraha hetukatvena. Deva Anugraham, by the grace of the Lord. That is a hetu, that is a karanam. By that only moksha is gained. Therefore, since moksha is daurlabhyam, moksha is sadhyam. That is to be gained. Sadhyam is the end. End is is difficult. End is a great blessing, difficult to accomplish. Therefore, it is daurlabhyam, it is a rarity. Why you say the means are also rare or difficult? For that he says, because it is accomplishable only by the grace of the Lord. Therefore only Durlabham, the Acharya says, Devanugrahetukam. The word is explained by the Acharya. What is Devaha Harihi, Papam Harati iti Harihi. Paradevata Harahava. It can be Hari Vishnu or Haraha Shivaha. Paradevata Ishvaraha iti. Teshameva moksha pradatvena prasiddhatvat. They are the moksha pradata. They are the givers of moksha. It is well known. So moksha prasiddhatvat. Therefore, Devaha could be Harihi, Vishnu or Araha, Shivaha iti. Tasya anugraha is grace. Nama prapanneshu, when the Bhagavan is pleased. Daya, out of compassion. What he says, I am samsara sagaram taratu iti, that this person may cross over this ocean of samsara iti, saha yetuhu asadharana karanam. Who is the yetu for crossing over the samsara of the ocean of samsara? Bhagavan is. For saha yetuhu asadharana karanam. It is asadharana karanam. Bhagavan is the asadharana karanam. Saha yetuhu yeshaha hi eva sadhu karma karayati tam yamebhyah lokebhyah unninishate iti shrutehe. This is the shruti vakya. So it is Bhagavan alone makes him do some good karma, by which what happens? By which Yeshaha hi eva sadhu karma karayati. Yeshaha referring to Bhagavan. Bhagavan alone makes this person do good karma. By good karma he gets what? Good punyam. So therefore he gets conducive situation in either in this janma or next janma for gaining jnanam and therefore moksha. Therefore yamebhyaha lokebhyaha, from this loka unni nishate, rise above. Dhatu is ni dhatu. It's an interesting word. Unni nishate, ni dhatu. Nayati nayataha nayanti. Ubepadi. Nayate nayete nayanti. But what is this unni nishate? It is sanantarupam. Advanced Sanskritam students, they know this. Nayatum netum ichchati iti. Ninishati. So ninishati, ninishataha, ninishanti. A dhatu from which another dhatu in the sense of icha it is derived. It's called sananta dhatu. Ninishati, ninishataha, ninishanti. And since it is ubhayapadi, ninishate, ninishete, ninishante. The tutu upasarga. Unni nishate. Rise above. Bhagavan makes a person rise above all this loka. Iti Shrutehe, iti Shruti says. What Shruti? Shruti is not mentioned, it is Toshitaki Upanishad. Then Acharya quotes from Avadhuta Gita also. Ishvara Anugrahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. It's a very famous sentence. First shloka of the Avadhuta Gita. Ishvara Anugrahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana Mahadvaya Paritranat Vipranam Upajayate. It is the first shloka. Only by Ishvara Anugraha Pumsa Manushyanam this Advaita Vasana will come. Advaita Vasana is the grace of the Lord. So it's the blessing of the Ishvara. Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shanti Megachati. Gita, Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 31, Shloka number. Shipram Bhavati, by the grace of the Lord, he becomes, even a papi also becomes a punyavan, and you get Shashvat Shanti Megachati, the Shanti which is Shashvat, everlasting, which doesn't goes away. Everlasting is Purnam, that is Moksha. Moksha Shanti. Shanti which is in the form of Moksha, he gains. Nischayena for sure, by the grace of the Lord. All these quotations are to substantiate Ishvara Anugraha is required. Matchitta Sarvadukkani Mat Prasadat Darishyati. That is also Gita only, 18th chapter. Matchittaha Sarva Durgani. Sarva Durgani, all the difficulties. Mat Prasadat, by my grace. Tahat Tarishyasi, he will cross over. Iti Ityadi Smriti Vyascha. By this Smriti. Bhagavad Gita and Avadhuta Gita, all these are not Shruti, they are Smriti. Smaryate iti Smriti, that which are remembered. Teaching of the Shrutis are remembered in the Smriti. Therefore, Smriti Vyascha, by Smritis. Yasmin Vakshamana Manushyatvari Tritaye Tattata. So, Manushyatvari Traye. The three things are mentioned: Manushyatvam, Mukshutvam, Mahapurusha, Samshrayaha. For that, what is the hetu? Deva Nagraha Hetukam. Bhagavan is the Ishvara Anugraha is the cause. Therefore, Tritaye Tattata Hetukam Bhavati. Atayeva, therefore only Durlabham. Durlabham is Uttamam. It is excellent. Uttamam iti arthaha atra. Eva, the word Eva is there. Devanugraha hetukam eva in the shloka eva Taryam eva etat. These three alone eva is the sense of avadharane. Avadharana is emphasizing only by this, only by the grace of Ishvara. That eva iti avadharane arte prayujyate atra. Eva. Kim tat, what is that? Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, aha purusha, samshayaha. Only by these three, durlabhatrayam, durlabhatrayena eva. Only by these three things which are difficult, that by alone. That is why eva is that. Tatra manushyatvam prasiddham. Manushyatva is well known. Prasiddham iti. Mumukshatvantu, moktum icha, mumuksha. Mumukshatvantu. What is mumukshatvantu? Not lotlakara. Mumukshutvam and tu. Sandhi you have to do. Mumukshutvam plus tu. Mumukshutvantu. Don't look for this word as in the book for Kriyapada. This is not a Kriya, lotlakara. Mumukshutvam is the word noun. Mumukshutvam plus tu. Mumukshutvantu. You have to be alert. Otherwise, you will take this as a Kriyapada. This is not a Kriyapada. Because you see the other words, following words. Moktumicha mumuksha. What is mumukshutvam? That Acharya says. What is mumuksha? Moktumicha mumuksha. The desire to be free is called mumuksha. The desire is mumuksha. The one who desires is called mumukshu. The status of being a mumukshu is mumukshutvam. That is what mumukshutvam. So mumuksha, mumukshuhu, mumukshutvam. And that mumukshutvam, it's of three types. Sa trividha bhavati. It is of three types. Mumukshutva means a desire. Mumuksha is desire to be free. The status of being the desirer of moksha. That of three types. Manda, Madhyama, and Pravriddha Chayiti. There could be the three types. Manda mokshutvam, there could be people having desire for moksha, but the desire is manda, very mild, not that much intense, very mild desire. Madhyama is middle, mediocre, and Pravriddha is the Uttama, there in whom that mumukshutvam is well formed. Pravriddha, it means they are really committed to be free. The desire is so much like the one whose head is on fire. Dagda shiraha. The shiraha, the head is on fire, like the person whose head is on fire. What will he do? Even if there is a ditch water, he doesn't mind, because fire, the pain is so much, he will dip his head even in the gutter water. So that much intense moksha, ichcha. That is the Uttamadhikari, Pravriddha, in whom that ichcha is Pravriddha, it is in its eye. Tatra Manda is Mandama Adhikari. Ya Adhyatma Shastra Shravanakale Jayate na Anyada Moksha me Bhuyat iti Akara. Sa Tatkaliki iti na Kimapi Swakaryam Janagati Mandattam Tasyaha. That person has mumuksha only at the time of the listening to the Shastra. That time only he will have mumukshutvam. After that he forgets. Therefore, since it just stays only for a certain time, only at the time of Shravanakala. Therefore, it doesn't produce any effect. Sa tatkaliki iti. Sa is that mumuksha, the desire to be free. That is sa. Since tatkalika, it is only temporary. Therefore, na kimapi swakaryam janayati, it doesn't produce any effect. That person, tasyaha mandatvam, mumukshutvam is mandatvam. For that person, we say mumukshutvam is mandatvam, is manda mumuksha, mumukshuhu, manda adhikari, manda mumukshuhu. Then madhyama. Madhyama is yasyam jatayam Purushaha sarvani karmani vidina visrujya guru upasadana purvakam vichare pravartate sa. That moksha, that is Madhyamadhikari. that adhikari, sa yasyam jatayam sarvani karmani vidina visrujya. All the karmas he gives up. Vidina is as enjoined by the Shastra. Vidina visrujya. Guru upasadana purvakam. He approaches the Guru because Guru bina jnanam upadesha na bhavati, jnana upadesha na bhavati, moksha na bhavati. Therefore, Guru is important. Understand the importance of the Guru and the Shastra. Therefore, he goes to the Guru and receives the teaching. Then vichare pravartate. He engages in the vichara, atma vichara, jnana vichara. That is Shastra vichara. He engages that desire. So therefore, that person is madhyama mumukshu. Is mumukshutvam is madhyamam, middle. Then uttama is pravriddha tu uttamadhikari. That is uttama mumukshu. Pravriddha mumuksha is vilasantyam yasyam mokshat anyat na rochate mokshe cha vilamam na sahate sa. Sa, that ichha, that desire for moksha is vilasantyam yasya mokshat anyata narochate. It doesn't like anything other than moksha. Vilambam na sahate. It cannot tolerate any vilamba. Vilamba is delay. It cannot tolerate any delay. You want now. So mokshat anyata narochate. Mokshe, with regard to moksha, he cannot sahate, means not tolerate. He cannot tolerate. He is not able to tolerate the delay. Vilasantyam satyam. It's the vilasantyam yasyam. So that person is uttam adhikari. Vilambam na sahate. Yata tivrayam bubukshayam bhojanat anyata narochate. Bhojane cha vilambam na sahate. Tadvat. Acharya gives an example. Like the bubukshu, the man, the person who is hungry. He cannot tolerate the delay. And bhojanat anyata doesn't like anything other than food because he is extremely hungry. And therefore, he cannot withstand any vilamba, delay. That is why anger comes. When the person is hungry, anger comes. When there is delay in offering food, then anger comes. So anger is caused due to the hunger. So therefore, vilambam na sakate, tadvat, like that. Mumukshatvam is very tivram in this person. Sa asya asti iti mumukshu tasya bhavaha. That mumuksha is in whom? That person. Sa asya asti iti. Mumukshu tasya bhavaha mumukshutvam. So this is a mumukshutvam talked about in the shloka. Manushutvam already discussed. Mumukshutvam is of three types. And three types, among the three types, the third one is Tibra Mumukshutvam, that is talked about. And Mahapurusha Samshreha, the third one. It's a compound. Mahancha Aso Purushaha, Mahapurushaha, Karmadare Samasa. He is a Purusha, he is a person who is Mahan, great person, saintly person. He is a saintly person, Satvika, Satta Pradhana Purushaha, Mahan. That's why we say Mahan. Tasya Samshrayaha is Sushrusha Namaskaradina Upasanam. That is called Samshrayaha, association. How do you associate with that person? Shushrusha. Shushrusha is serving the person. That's one meaning it takes, common meaning. But if you really probe into the word is derived from Shudhatu. Shotumicha Shushrusha. The desire to listen. Shastram. Shushrusha. But here we can take serving the person like Namaskara, etc. By Namaskaradina, that is Upasanam. Upasanam is, this is not meditating. Upasamipe stitva, that is Upasanam. And therefore the person, out of your service, the Guru, if he is pleased, therefore he gives you the teaching. That is the Shushrusha. So the person is Mahapurushaha. So the Mahapurushaha is pleased by Shushrusha, by service, by offering Namaskara, etc. And you have to ask question also. Tadvidhi pradipatena pariprashnena sevya. Then only the teacher, then only the Guru gives the Upadesha. So Mahapurusha Samshaya is Guru Upasadanam and Upadesha Praptihi. That is understood. Worshipping the Mahapurusha. Worshipping the Mahapurusha is for the sake of learning from him, receiving teaching from the person, not just mere worshipping. That's why Upasanam, the word is important. Upasanam, Upanishad, all these are connected. Asanam is sitting. Sitting before him. Sitting before him, what? You will give only the Netra Diksha, only by Darshana, by seeing. No, by teaching. The teaching is understood. The teaching, Upanishad. Jnanam is involved. Therefore, since knowledge is involved, therefore, teaching is involved. It is not just by merely sitting, the person the jnani becomes free from samsara. Not like that. Therefore, Mahapurusha Samshaya is Guru Upasadanam and Jnana Praptihi. Nagatam cha Purushe Moksha Sadhana Upadeshtritvam. That is the meaning. Upadeshtritvam. The greatness of the person lies in what? Lies in the teaching. Is Upadeshtru, is Upadeshta. The status of being a teacher. The teaching is there. And that is a sadhanam for moksha. That is a mahatvam. Otherwise, what mahatvam is? It means the person must be a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. If not Brahmanishta, at least the person must be a Shrotriya. What is the meaning of Shrotriya? Shrotriya means the person must have been exposed to the teaching through his guru. He must have learned this from his teacher. It means he must be a sampradaya with it. Must have come under sampradaya and must have listened, must have received teaching from his guru. Why we say sampradaya and all? Why this much emphasized? Because it can't go wrong. It's a time-tested tradition. The teaching received from the teacher in the sampradaya can never go wrong. The shishya can never get to the wrong understanding. That is why sampradaya with, we always say sampradaya with Guru Sampradaya, Sadashiv Samarambam, Narayanam Padmabam Vasishtam. Therefore, sampradaya is important. Therefore, he says that then yeta visheshena cha tadrisha purusha samshayasya mukti sadhanatvam pratiyate. By that, mukti sadhanam is presented tadrisha purusha samshayasya by association with such Mahapurusha. Tatacha Uktam Vasishte, in the Yoga Vasishta it is said, Mahanabhava Samsparka Samsararnava Langane Yuktihi Samprapyate Rama Drida Auhu Iva Navikat Iti. Yoga Vasishta, in that it is said, Hey Rama, Rama is Sambodhana, Hey Rama. Mahanabhava Samparkat Samsara Arnava Langane. In crossing the Arnava is ocean of samsara. Crossing the ocean of samsara, for that samparka is association with Mahanubhava, great people, knowledgeable people, jnanis. That is the yukti. Yukti samprapyate, drida nauhu iva navikat. Drida nauhu iva navikat. Drida nauhu iva navikat. Nauhu is boat. So they are like a boat, which is drida. Drida nauhu navikat. Navika by a boatman. By a boatman, through the boat, the person crosses the river. Similarly, through Mahanabhava Samsarga, the Samsara Arnava is crossed over. Hey Rama, iti in Yoga Vasishta. Vasishta gives Upadesha to Rama. This is a commentary to the third Shloka, then next Shloka. And the commentary we'll see next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಶರಣಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸರ್.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.